What's going on, guys? JSGC football here again, and today we're going to be doing another football video. We are going to be looking at all of our away days that both me and Aaron here have done in the past, and we're going to have a look at what we think is the worst away day that we've done so far and what the best is, and we'll just speak about our general experiences when it comes to our away days. Pretty much as simple as that. So, we're going to start off first by speaking about our worst away day. We'll run it chronologically from worst going up to best. So, Aaron, what's the worst away day that we've done so far?
So, the worst away day we've done is Walsall away, because it was my birthday week and my actual birthday in 2014.
And why was it the worst?
We went on the coach. We got battered that day, 3-1 Walsall. Because there's no booze that day.
It was pure sober as well.
Yeah, the concourse.
Pure sober away day.
I don't mind, just as it's an in and out job, so I didn't really get to enjoy Birmingham either.
There wasn't anything to experience from Walsall or anything. It was literally got there, got in, watched you lose, came back home.
Yeah, George and Hugo got sent off that day.
Pretty much as simple as that.
So yeah,
terrible day.
Terrible day all round.
Yeah,
nothing went right.
It's at the bottom of the list. Next, we've put Blackburn Rovers. We've put Blackburn because when we went in March, it was a very cold, very wet, very miserable day. It was an early kick-off because it was a local derby with your team,
March
Preston North End.
Just to be precise.
Yeah, so it was a local derby, so it was an early kick-off. And a game was almost shepherded in as an in and out job, and as you can tell from our ratings here on the worst kind of away days for us, we don't like in and out jobs.
No, I like to experience what it's
like.
Go around the town, have a look around the city, have a full day out. Well, we just had a couple of hours just in and out, like you said. The saving factor was McGeady's equaliser in 2017 for 2-2. Because that made the trip.
Ewood Park's also pretty far from Blackburn town centre as well. So.
Yeah, so I think you got McDonald's, but all there is around there, a few takeaways.
Pretty boring. Anyway, next it's Bolton Wanderers. We've put again, train comes into Horwich Parkway. You get off the train. There's a retail park there. There's one pub, 10-minute walk up the road, the Beehive pub. And other than that, again, just a bit of a boring one, Bolton. In terms like it's not near Bolton town centre. It's segregated away. It's good access if you drive in next to the motorway.
Just be prepared to queue like that, especially if you're going train as well. So we waited 1 hour to get out.
And if you're taking a big following, it does take a while.
Yeah, by car as well. It's an hour to get out.
It is. Next up, we've put Rotherham. Maybe being a bit
just
harsh.
One thing to mention before going to Rotherham, we did beat Bolton that day, 2-1 in 2016 at March.
Next up, we've put Rotherham. We've put Rotherham down there because on the day that we did itself, there was a lot of cancellations on the trains, so obviously we was having to make alternative ways of travel to get into Rotherham. Wasn't all that experienced with travelling up and down the country. It was our away day as well at the New York Stadium, and I'll be honest, I found the New York Stadium very pretty boring ground, if I'm honest.
I think it's pretty tidy for what it is.
It's just
I know it's a modern build, 12.5. I think it's a
very symmetrical stadium. Yeah. It's not my cup of tea.
It's a typical modern stadium like that.
It was a boring game.
Yeah, it was a boring game. 0-0. I was happy at the end because we didn't lose. 0-0.
Boring game.
I think that stood out really was having that KFC at the end for tea before setting off back.
Which sums up the day.
Yeah, it's not much in Rotherham because they do go around Rotherham. Bit of a dump.
What's next?
It is Dugdale or Rochdale.
Ouch. Okay, well I do not like Rochdale. Pretty entertaining actually. Pretty entertaining.
A bit of a dump like that. Scotland. But I do like the old-fashioned grounds like that. Because it has a bit of character to it. Because it's Preston. The only thing I liked about the day is we took more fans than Rochdale. It's Preston fans.
Nice little bar.
And the bar, is about the highlight around.
Everything else about it, like you said, I'm not keen on Rochdale. It's not my favourite place in the northwest. So.
Nope. But it's so far down as well, so we got beat 3-0 that day. It's Rochdale.
It's pretty far away from Rochdale town centre as well. So
Bit of a trek, because we went from a bus from Manchester to Rochdale, so that sums it up.
You got battered as well. You are right.
And then that scenario on the bus back.
Oh yeah, it's a bit strange. Strange place, Rochdale. Anyway, next up, Wigan. To be fair, I feel like it's just down there because we took the train, so it was a 9-minute train from Preston to Wigan. Fun fact, our uncle was driving that train as well. Anyway, it's a far walk again from the train station to get from Wigan town centre to the DW Stadium. It goes along Wigan Pier. It's actually pretty scenic. It was cold on that day, so yeah. I just found the day a bit. It's all right. Nothing better than that, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
You can take a big following if you want. Yeah. All right.
The pads are all right as well.
Yeah, you can drink. They've got the marquee bar under the stadium as well for the away fans.
Depends if we're drinking Wigan as well.
Yeah.
If we're drinking Wigan, just be prepared to walk.
It's all right. That's all I've got to say for Wigan. It's nothing better than all right. Hull City's next.
What year was it? 2018 or
which
17? One?
Hull.
I know Wigan's 17.
Hull was pretty recent. 2018 or 19.
I think it's 18-19 season. I think.
Yeah.
18
then. So October 18. Yeah, Hull's not bad. It's just a bit. It's no fault of Hull, but it's very far out of the way. Like West Yorkshire's very crammed in, so obviously you've got the northwest of England, then West Yorkshire, got about an hour all within close proximity, and then obviously Humberside's very far away towards the east coast, so it is a good hour and a half
from Leeds.
Yeah, away from civilization. So I found the journey there pretty long.
There's no quick way to get there from Preston way like that or Blackpool.
And to be fair, Hull's just Hull.
Hull's Hull, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. Next we went with Stoke. We took the coach down to Stoke.
So before we go on Stoke, Hull, because the one thing that saved it that day was pressing a last-minute equaliser after going 1 down in the 85th minute to a penalty from Jared Bowen. King Louis Moore in the 93rd minute.
Keeping that unbeaten run going at the time. Next up is Stoke. Took the coach down to Stoke City. Only took, I think, 80-90 minutes. Something like
9 minutes.
Yeah, weren't too bad. And actually, they came with a reputation, Stoke fans, of it being a bit hostile, but I didn't find it that hostile. I thought it was...
No, actually, mix with them. Walking around, because
right.
didn't make it easy to mix with them, but we
did. But we did. It was all right. It was a pretty enjoyable away day. One recommendation is sit high up rather than low down in the stand, as it does get very chilly, particularly if you're not there in the summer. Don't really think there's anything else to add on. You won that day.
Because we've not really explored Stoke as a city like that.
I'm fairly sure Britannia Stadium, whatever it's called, Bet365 Stadium is pretty far away from Stoke
itself.
Well,
Preston
City,
won.
Stoke City
won 2-0. It's comfortable. It's good atmosphere and enjoying it.
Next up was Sunderland, another one we took on the coach. Pretty scenic route as well. Heading there. Again, another cold day. There was plenty of snow on the ground. Was a bit concerned of it being postponed. That was another cold ground as well up in the northeast. You are pretty high up there. As well, but I like being quite high up because you get a good view of everything happening on the football match.
I think it's the biggest ground to date we've been to, 48.
Yeah, it's a nice...
Very Preston game.
Alright stadium.
Not counting Man City.
Yeah, for an away day, nice stadium. And you can drink in the
which shows you the potential of Sunderland in Premier League. Like that.
So, yeah, there we go. Reading, that we've just done recently, was next on our list. Not our favourite away day. I mean, if we're going to travel that far down and get that close to London, I'd probably would prefer to go into London beforehand and probably made that day a little bit more enjoyable rather than just a direct train in from Manchester straight into Reading itself. It's a very, very far walk, 3 miles there, 3 miles back, so probably would recommend getting a taxi, or the bus services that they use there would be my recommendation. We've only walked it because on that day it was a very nice day, it was warm, it was August. You lost.
We lost 1-0 because we deserved to lose as well. But it's alright, town centre. We did have a.
You can drink in the town centre, yeah. So
that's my advice: stay in the town centre as long as possible before going to
expensive
the
at the ground, isn't it?
Sorry, the Carlton Stadium, what it's called now.
I just call it Medeski Stadium. Oldham Athletic, that is next. Fun fact, I left my phone on the tram that day, which I ended up getting it back, thankfully, otherwise it would have been a very depressing day indeed. We had a bit of problems with the trams, didn't we, on that day, and I thought that was more of a us problem rather than the away day problem with directions and being able to get to the Boundary Park. But all in all, I don't think Oldham's a bad place to visit. Plus, you can go into Manchester before and after. And the same can be said for Rochdale, really. I mean, they're accessible on the tram. So yeah, it was a decent away day. It's not a bad ground. You won, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, 3-1.
Yeah, not bad.
Chris Humphrey willed it. It's nice and comfortable, yeah, but it could have been so much more higher up the list if it was for a certain event. Well, that takes us on to Crewe Alexandra. The year is 2014 and it's the last day of the season. Crewe had to win to stay up. We're already in the playoffs with nothing really to play for.
Crewe won?
Crewe won, yeah, 1-0.
Doing alright, Chippy.
Did alright, yeah.
Plenty
Crewe stayed up, they
plenty of places to drink along the line.
A load of pubs.
It's alright. I like Crewe.
Decent away day, Crewe. I'd really recommend it.
Nice and accessible as well, actually, for getting around the country. So yeah, good away day. Tranmere was up next. That's it's Prenton Park. Not the prettiest on the eye when you get to Birkenhead there. Again, just like we've mentioned with Oldham and we've mentioned with Rochdale, you can go into the big city, which is obviously Liverpool, with it being in Birkenhead. So you can go and enjoy Liverpool for Tranmere away. It's not a bad little ground, to be fair, and the cowshed
it's pretty decent. It's 15k old Prenton Park.
Yeah, so. You can take a good, decent sized following to Tranmere as well.
2,000, didn't we?
Yeah, it's alright. Nice lively concourse.
Decent little grounds because it adds character. I like it as well.
Yeah, it weren't bad.
Well, the surprising thing was those Nash Tranmere fans leading the Preston fans in the right direction when asking for directions.
Yeah, came with a reputation. They were alright, to be fair. Bradford's up next.
Decent.
You won that day, and it felt like because it was sunny and it was pretty warm in April, and you was on a feel-good factor towards a big promotion run.
Especially when we won as well.
I do feel like Bradford is higher up because of that.
Yeah, it's 2015 here.
Yeah, I feel like if it was you're not doing so well, it was in winter and you lost, I feel like Bradford would probably be a little bit further down on that list.
But like
do nice curries there.
They do very nice curries, yes.
Yeah.
You've got the curry mile like that.
I do quite like a trip to Yorkshire.
I like Bradford as well. It's got a few decent takeaways, places to drink as well along the way.
Oh, you went to a pub or two, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, I remember. A little bit of a walk, but do a bit of a pub crawl as well. A little bit like Burton. We'll speak about that in a moment. Wolves is next. Wolves is a strange place. You can't drink anywhere other than they recommend in a hotel bar, which is a bit out of the way. So we didn't do any drinking actually in Wolverhampton itself. You can go into Birmingham and then come back if you want to. We just did a bit of took some cans on the train, drank at the train station in Preston, I think, and then did Wolves away. Didn't really try any of the catering inside the stadium, but Burger Van outside the stadium was very nice at Wolves. A very smart stadium actually.
It's a very tidy ground. I do like the Molineux. You
get a good view actually. It's quite strange because it's a two-tiered stand, Steve Bull stand. I'm not sure if it is now, but it was a two-tier stand. So, and the away fans are put next to the pitch, and we was high up on that first tier, so we got a nice view up there. Pretty central on the halfway line, so really good view of the game. And you have the Wolves fans who have a reputation just above you of tending to chuck things down. Though we didn't,
but they didn't. Though.
I don't recall for that game that they did.
Well, they did with us anyway.
No,
they
were very rowdy, the Wolves fans, and wound up when they lost the game though.
Especially
after the game.
Preston, yeah, it's Preston 1-2-1. Paul Gallagher with that chip.
It was a good away day though.
It was. It's only high up because I enjoyed it, and Preston won that day. Otherwise, that would have been really low.
Next up is Fulham. Pretty low down for a London away day for us.
Especially Fulham.
Middle of winter was it was in end of February, very cold, and Fulham's famed for doing the boat that you can take on the River Thames, the booze cruise, and I just thought my own personal opinion of it was incredibly overrated because a lot of the time you're segregated outside, it's freezing cold, it's incredibly busy, so you're going to get a drink or two.
It takes ages.
I just felt, you feel like you're sobering up outside because it's so cold. And it's
I did it wrong like that. If I could do it again, I'd do the pubs. There's a lot of nice pubs around Craven, Cottage. It is one of the top away days in the country, so
if you've never been on the booze cruise, I wouldn't mind
doing it again. Yeah,
do it if you want to go and do it. But because we've done it, I wouldn't do it again. And because I wouldn't do it again, I feel like we'd go and explore some of the pubs near Craven Cottage and Putney Bridge, and we'd probably end up having a better time. And second time Fulham would be higher up on our list. That's how it works. It's pretty strange as well. You mix with the neutrals and the Fulham fans as you go into the away end. You literally share the same outside concourse, don't you? And the away fans go to one end. You've got to go through all the neutrals and the Fulham fans to get actually to the turnstile inside of the outside concourse. It's a bit odd.
It is, but I like London, like Craven Cottage, it blends in with the bricks like that. It's got
sandwiched in. Ground. It gets sandwiched in any bit of space in London, and they'll put it there. West Brom is next up. We did that for your Gentry Day, so we did that in a suit, in our bowler hats. Enjoyable away day, West Brom. Always enjoyable because we drink in Birmingham. We spent literally all morning in the Dragon Inn, then went to West Brom. They got fans on there.
Really good do. Had a talk with the Bristol City fans in there at the time. It's really
they were playing Birmingham or Villa or Wolves or, well, I don't know who they were playing that day, but they were playing somebody.
I think it was Birmingham, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Birmingham as well. But yeah, Bristol City fans were nice in there. Hence it's on our list to do. And yeah,
before South for Vegas,
it was all right. West Brom, I liked West Brom. They sandwiched to one side of the stand behind the goal.
Yeah, nice crowd as well.
Yeah, all right. Next up is Burnley. One of the most underrated away days, I thought. I can understand why people don't like Burnley, but because we're not too far off Burnley, we're not finding it a pain to get to, because I know a lot of fans travelling from the south have to come to Manchester, change in Manchester, and then it's another like half an hour or so to get from Manchester to Burnley. And when you've gone from Manchester to Burnley, there's a stark difference between the two. But Burnley's very old-fashioned, proper Lancashire
it's an old mill
town.
Yeah, like that.
And it's a very prestigious. Are they a founding member, Burnley? Yeah. The cricket club's incredibly old, just at the back of where the away fans are housed. Go and have a drink in there. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The cricket club's one of my favourite places of all the places that I've had the pleasure of drinking on our away days. So fully recommend Burnley just to go to the cricket club. And you're on wooden seats. I don't know if you are now still, but when we went, it was on wooden seats as well. But away fans, they're not gonna, particularly when it was a local derby, you're not gonna sit down at an away game, so you're gonna be stood up. So but it's a nice little novelty there, because Burnley were famed. They've got wooden seats. It's this old mill town. It's a bit depressing, and actually I thought it was all right, and it was actually a good game, even though it was throwing it down. It was dark, cold in December, wet and miserable. We weren't expecting to get tickets for it either.
No,
and we managed to just out of luck, I would say, managed to get hold of a couple of tickets. So a quality away day. I really like Burnley. It's just something we could do on the huff, and sometimes they're the best away days. Next up is Leeds United. Leeds, we never actually fully explored Leeds. I'd like to go and fully explore Leeds, but still a class place to go and visit. It's incredibly far to get from Leeds train station to Elland Road. It's a pretty far walk. I found the Leeds fans, they come with a reputation as well. Friendly. The club shop there was very good. It's a pretty strange looking ground out from the outside. You've got the big massive stand.
I know what you mean. It's to show it's
and it's got a bit of dated around it, particularly where the away fans go into. But it gives you a
bit more modernising.
To me,
I like them though, the old grounds like that. I like them. Like
it gives it character. It gives it proper character, proper old-fashioned, a proper ground, a hostile ground. Always come with a big following as well, Leeds, particularly at Elland Road. I think it's a solid away day. Leeds United is one of the highest recommended away days that I could give. Next up, we've gone for Burton Albion. Very underrated place, Burton. Little small ground, the Pirelli Stadium, tucked away. It's a good mile walk from the train station. We had cancellations, we had strikes right near Christmas. We had problems with the away day. Had all the potential to be a really bad, depressing, rubbish away day. Yet we fully enjoyed it. You go on a pub crawl, literally just one straight road, full of pubs, local brewed beers in there.
It's gonna say you won't
really homely feel of the pubs, and as far as I'm aware, I imagine most of the pubs will let away fans in. So it's solid solid place to go and visit. And like I said, it's only a small little ground as well.
But and the breweries, that's where there is a lot of breweries like that. Because I said Burton is the place, especially if you like your lagers, beers, anything. That is the place to have a pub crawl.
100%.
And what a pub crawl it is.
Brill. What's next, Aaron?
It is Derby County. It's always high up because we made it a brilliant day.
We had to go, so it was via Preston to Manchester, Manchester to Sheffield, Sheffield to Derby. Now, Derby County's grounds on a little industrial estate.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. It's boring, okay? There's a little, retail park next to Pride Park, and that's it. Really boring, but we made sure we had stoppages in each of these places. We had an hour in Manchester, take the hour train, get to Sheffield, one of our favourite places in the whole of the UK. Have an hour in Sheffield, go to the Tap, one of our favourite places. So we made the day very enjoyable. We lost the game. The grounds are very... It reminds me a lot of like Liberty Stadium. It's got that feel to it. You know what I mean?
It's like a bigger to Liberty, but I liked it though. It's a modern one, but I didn't like it. I never seen it at the time. We're second in the league. We're
tucked in the corner as well. Was next to the home fans as well, so a pretty good atmosphere. Weren't a bad away day at all, Derby, so that is why it sits high up. But we made it a good away day. I thought.
The day was the 23rd of November, 2019.
Getting towards last away day before we ended up going into lockdown. But I did like Derby. Next up is Sheffield Wednesday, Hillsborough. We had way too much to drink in Sheffield that day at the Tap. Went and had a look at the Crucible Theatre where they do the snooker. We couldn't walk in proper straight lines. You get is it a tram up to Hillsborough?
Yeah, we got a tram.
You bought a pin badge, dropped your pin badge without realising. I think it was when we was running down Leppings Lane to get into the stadium because we needed to go to the bathroom. We had too much to drink. Won't go into the details of that one, but we were literally sprinting up Leppings Lane to get into the stadium. It was desperate.
We got beat.
Got hammered. We thought we'd had that much to drink. We thought a goal had gone in. We thought that was the game done. We'll go into the club shop and we'll go home early is what we thought. And then we got down. There was a load of police lined up outside. There was trouble in the stands. They were fighting amongst themselves. And this guy followed us down.
Stewards, didn't they?
Yeah.
And these two that actually called for it's walking behind us.
They walked behind us and then the police... Yeah, there's a big row of police. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? And then the police went and jumped on the two lads behind us. And we just went to the club shop and it didn't open till 5. So we had to wait outside. We could have just stayed in the stadium. And like I said, we thought a goal had gone and it was the end of the game. And the goal never happened.
No, but they did
don't know what happened.
When we went out, they did actually score the third goal.
Crazy day. That was a fun day. Then you bought another pin badge, went to KFC, went home. Tap at the Sheffield train station. Fully recommend it. Brilliant place. Next up, Birmingham City. High up on our list. Birmingham's always a good away day. One of our favourite places to go to. We got invited to go to do the halftime entertainment. I got invited first. I declined it because I'm not very good at football. If you just go and watch my 24-hour challenge that I did on my main channel, you'll see how my footballing skills are non-existent. They're terrible. And whilst Aaron claims that I generate more power behind the ball, when you're doing a challenge, it's not about generating power, it's about generating accuracy. And so I emailed back and said, can Aaron do the challenge instead, and I'll come onto the pitch and film it for my channel. That's exactly what happened. Aaron won the challenge as well, so well done to that. Fluked it a bit, but it's about accuracy. It doesn't need to be great kicks, it just needs to be accurate. Just needs to be one good kick.
By getting booed by the Birmingham faithful.
What a day. Decent stadium as well, actually. It's a bit strange, you've got to walk right round houses and haven't you, and go round the estate. I remember some of the Preston fans were, Preston won that day, mouthing off a little bit, and then the friends telling them to shut up as I was getting some stares, looking like things were going to escalate pretty quickly. So I presume Birmingham City come in with a bit of a rep as well.
I'd say they're the most fan base.
Yeah.
Fearful.
Next up would be Nottingham Forest. I'll let Aaron tell about Nottingham.
But yeah. Because what an away day and what a beautiful place Nottingham is. Because it's very underrated, but I do recommend it in Nottingham.
Hooters!
So we come in, yep. It's going to say if you're male and you're
chicken! The chicken's nice in there.
Really recommend the chicken.
Really recommend the chicken. Yeah. It's a brilliant... Honestly, I think it's the only Hooters in the UK as well.
I think it is.
What an underrated place. Hooters is definitely my recommendation. Nottingham's a brilliant away day if you ever do go.
It's fantastic, yeah.
When you go into the stadium, it's tucked away from Nottingham. We've not actually been into Nottingham, so next time we do Nottingham Forest or Notts County, we would like to go into Nottingham beforehand, then to Hooters, then to the ground.
So you've got Notts County there, because you've got the
You
River
go
Trent.
past Notts County to get to Forest, don't you? Because
it's just right next. It's nearby as well, the cricket ground, Trent Bridge
as well.
There's a few drinking places along there as well.
I don't think away fans are allowed in.
I don't think they are, but I know they've got one at the footy ground itself. No, that fan zone.
There's a fan zone there. Fan zone's actually pretty good there as well.
Because I had a mince pie.
Yeah,
very nice.
Near Christmas, weren't it?
It's fantastic.
And when was it? December. Beginning of December. Yeah. We can't be at beginning of December away day. Yeah. Great. Nottingham Forest, great place to go and visit. Right, we're into our top 3. So in third...
No, we've got 4. There's one missing off that.
Oh, sorry. We're into the top 4 Champions League place. So, Aston Villa, they make 4th place visiting Villa Park. Brilliant stadium, proper old-fashioned stadium. Getting from Birmingham to Whitton, we went to a pub nearby that had the proper cutthroat sign.
Yeah, historical pub owner.
Yeah, Grade 2 listed building, I think it was. So we thought we'd go and visit there as it was recommended. We had a cider from there. It was the worst cider I've ever had in my life. I had to order a different cider because it was just proper dry, like proper cutting my throat cider. But that was very entertaining. We discovered the Dragon in Wetherspoons there near Birmingham New Street Station in Birmingham City Centre. We got there very early, so we took a long walk past some dodgy places and some dodgy people, getting asked some dodgy questions to get to Edgbaston Cricket Stadium to have a look at Edgbaston. And yeah, it was very cold that day as well.
It was.
And you were 2-0 down and came back into 2-2. Very entertaining. I like Aston Villa. I thought it was a very good away day. Definitely recommended if you've never been to Villa Park.
As it was our first away day in 9 months now, after waiting for a Bolton from March 26 into this to January 17.
Right, Aaron, 3rd place.
I was going to say, this is a top away
bronze
day.
Medal.
Yep. So for bronze medal, it's QPR, Loftus Road. I was going to say, what an away day it is. I was going to say, Shepherd's Bush.
Can't beat it.
You just can't beat
Shepherd's Bush.
So if you go to London, Belushi's bar, highly recommended because it's a fantastic sports bar.
Really,
so just going there really before kick-off.
My recommendation, Belushi's bar. It's tucked near the former BBC studios in West London, Queen's Park Rangers, and it's a bit of an odd-looking ground, but I really like QPR. It's quirky.
It blends into the
quirky little place, and like you said, going to Shepherd's Bush and discovering bits of West London's very good. I presume we'll have gone to is that the one for Wetherspoons where we ended up trying to go to somewhere else? Is that the Knights Templar, or was that
it's
Fulham, that one? We would have gone to Shakespeare's Head, which is our go-to place when we're in London, isn't it? So Queen's Park Rangers, 3rd place for us. Very good away day.
It's Preston won as well. Won comfortably that day, 4-1.
In 2nd place is Sheffield United, located near Sheffield City Centre, Sheffield Tap. Brilliant away day, Sheffield United and Bramall Lane. I know they've come, the stewards, a lot of people moan about the stewards, but when we went there, I thought they were world class. I thought they were fantastic, the stewards. I thought they were very entertaining as well. I did enjoy the stewards at Sheffield United. I thought they made it a very friendly, welcoming into Bramall Lane. In what was the Jessica Ennis stand at the time. It's changed its name, and I'm fairly sure we was on the upper tier at the time. They're now on the lower tier, I think, the away fans at Sheffield United. But a brilliant away day. I absolutely love going to Sheffield, and it was the first time for us discovering the Sheffield Tap. Is this the one where I knocked the drink over, or was that Sheffield Wednesday? Not the drink over on the table in there. But yeah, just discovering one of our favourite places that we like to go, and we've had the pleasure of going 3 times now. A very nostalgic place. I think did you lose the game?
We did.
Yeah, lost to Sheffield United.
Yeah, I think we lost.
Still made it a very good game. And like I said,
yeah, it's got a consolation Brownhill free kick now.
Doesn't involve any trams or anything in Sheffield. It is very close to the city centre. So if it was a pick between the 2 Sheffield clubs, I probably would go Sheffield United just because it's closer, easier to get to as an away fan. and I've also not been on the lower tier at Bramall Lane, on where the away fans are housed. So I'd like to do that one again. They are very expensive. I've seen you've released ticket info for the midweek game. Disgusting. £30 Premier League limit for away fans getting to the Championship. They're charging for a midweek game £33. Ridiculous. Not something I agree with there. So naughty there from Sheffield United. Now, first place, who's taking the gold medal, Aaron?
First place for us is Brentford at Griffin Park. Like I said, the year is February 2018. Like I said, what an away day it was. It is top notch. You've got a pub on every corner, the former ground, Griffin Park.
I actually feel emotional at the thought that Griffin Park is no longer there.
Yeah, I don't think I'm no more. I think a lot of away fans, it's right up there, they really recommend
class.
it. Yeah, it's
pub on every single corner. It was class. It's a bit of a walk for to get from the tube station to there, but it was great. I loved Griffin Park. I loved Brentford. What an away day. We did the 4 pubs, and by the time we were stumbling out of the 4th one, weren't we? I got asked my age. Forgot my age. No idea how old I was.
You're older.
With it was terracing, wasn't it?
Terracing,
it was terracing, standing. I was stood right next to the goal, next to the goalkeeper as well. It's just a class away day. Absolutely class. It was a draw, I think, that day. Winter,
1-1.
Cold. I think it was pretty wet on that day as well. It's a fair trek from the tube station, but still, I enjoyed it. It was very good.
It's a good day out, because we explored London a lot that day as well.
I thought it was very enjoyable.
I enjoyed everything about it, from going to Kensington, everyone went that day.
Yeah. Right, so there we go. That has been our away day review for all the away days.
So just one thing to mention for Brentford is I found them very friendly, the fans mixing with them, and offering free calendars, weren't they, as well?
There was, yes. It was February time, so obviously wanted to just get rid of them. Rather than just bin them. So yeah, class. So yeah, there we go. That's been the video. Please leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. All appropriate links are in the description. Social media, YouTube channels and stuff. If you want to go and check us out, that would be much appreciated. And let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What's your worst away day you've ever done? What's your favourite away day? Let us know. Let us know in the comments below. And we'll see you all again very soon. So I've been JSGC.
And I've been Aaron.
MixedSid there as well, and we'll see you all again soon. Peace.
Ciao for now.